President Donald Trump clashed with CBS News White House correspondent Nancy Cortez after she questioned his claim that the suspect in the killing of National Guard member Sarah Beckstrom entered the U.S. under President Biden without vetting. Cortez cited a DOJ Inspector General report stating that Afghan evacuees brought in during the 2021 withdrawal were thoroughly vetted by DHS and the FBI. Trump dismissed her point and insulted her, asking if she was a stupid person, insisting the Biden administration let the suspect in unchecked. Authorities say 29-year-old Afghan national Rahmanullah Lakanwal shot Beckstrom and Staff Sgt. Andrew Wolfe near the White House in a targeted attack. Beckstrom was killed, and Wolfe remains in critical condition. Lakanwal, who arrived in the U.S. in 2021 under Operation Allies Welcome after the Afghanistan withdrawal, is in custody after being wounded by other Guard members. Trump continued to blame Biden for allowing Afghans into the U.S. without proper screening, posting on Truth Social that hundreds of thousands entered unvetted. However, former DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas previously stated that evacuees were vetted and that 120,000 people were evacuated during the chaotic withdrawal. Cordy's reference to the DOJ report contradicted Trump's portrayal, prompting his insult and further criticism of the 2021 evacuation effort.
Accused of shooting 2 National Guard's personnel Wednesday evening, a few blocks from the White House. The victims are still in critical condition tonight. The alleged shooter is an Afghan national who worked with the CIA and entered into the country in 2021 through Operation Allies Welcome. Our correspondent Mark Meredith has details now about what happened next. Good evening, Mark.
Aisha, good evening to you. Happy Thanksgiving. Tonight, those 2 National Guard members who were on this street corner just yesterday doing their job when they were ambushed and shot remain in critical condition. They're out of surgery, but the extent of their injuries are still a little bit unclear, and it's unclear what kind of recovery, if any, they're going to be able to get. Meantime, federal prosecutors say they are ready to charge this 29-year-old Afghan national who moved to the United States in 2021 with the most maximum punishment allowed.
This was not just an attack. It was a direct challenge to law and order in our nation's capital.
Tonight, federal investigators say they are learning more details about what's being called a brazen and horrific ambush attack targeting members of the National Guard serving in the nation's capital.
Their families' lives are all changed forever because one person decided to do this horrific and evil thing.
The 2 guardsmen on duty from West Virginia, identified as 20-year-old Army Specialist Sarah Beckstrom and U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolfe.
I believe were sworn in less than 24 hours before they were shot on the street in Washington.
The attack has prosecutors vowing swift justice against the 29-year-old suspected gunman, identified as Rahmanullah Lakanwal, an Afghan national who immigrated to the U.S. in 2021. Fox has learned as a teenager the suspect was vetted and worked with the CIA in Kandahar. He was granted asylum in the U.S. this spring.
The subject had a relationship in Afghanistan with partner forces. We are fully investigating that aspect of his background as well, to include any known associates that are either overseas or here in the United States of America. That is what a broad-based international terrorism investigation looks like.
Amid the tragedy, the Pentagon says it'll add more troops to patrol D.C. in coming weeks, an idea not embraced by some Democratic lawmakers.
Most of us, certainly on the Democratic side in Congress, don't think we should have National Guardsmen and women in our cities.
D.C.'s mayor, who in the past has questioned the White House safety strategy, says she's focused on the victims.
These young people should be at home in West Virginia with their families.
Investigators continue to comb through the suspect's past. He is married and believed to have 5 kids. He did live in Washington State and drove to D.C., according to investigators. But what about a motive? Aisha, investigators say they are not ready to publicly say what they believe may have prompted this horrific attack in the nation's capital. Aisha.
We hope to find out soon enough. Mark, thank you.
Say that the suspect worked very closely with the CIA in Afghanistan for years he went cuckoo. I mean, he went nuts. And that happens too. It happens too often with these people. You see them. But look, this is how they come in. This is how they're standing on top of each other. And that's an airplane. There was no vetting or anything. They came in unvetted. And we have a lot of others in this country. We're going to get them out. But they go cuckoo. Something happens to them. Because they let them in. Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? Because they came on a plane along with thousands of other people that shouldn't be here, and you're just asking questions because you're a stupid person. And there's a law passed that it's almost impossible not to get them out. You can't get them out once they come in. And they came in, and they were unvetted, they were unchecked, there were many of them, and they came in on big planes, and it was disgraceful. And if you look, you'll see there was a law passed. It makes it almost impossible not to let them in, not to certify them, so to speak, once they come in. And they came in, and they shouldn't have come in. And frankly, the whole thing was a mess. The whole Afghanistan situation was a mess. It should have never taken place. If we're going to go out, and we would have gone out because I had everybody ready to go, we were going to go out with strength and dignity and precision. And we would have left from Bagram, and we would have kept Bagram, by the way, because of its very close relationship to China and where they make their missiles. But when you let the people come in by the thousands and thousands and thousands, they made a terrible mistake. But they were incompetent, yeah.